Keeping a pigeon and a cat together in the same home requires careful planning and observation, especially if the pigeon is allowed to fly freely during the day. The first priority is establishing safe zones for both animals. Even though the pigeon roams freely, it must have a secure area to retreat to if it feels threatened, and at night, it should sleep in a cage that is placed somewhere calm, away from drafts and sudden noises. The room where the pigeon spends its free time should be pigeon-proofed. Remove fragile objects, close windows, cover mirrors if necessary, and ensure there are no exposed cords or small items that could be chewed or swallowed. Since the cat is a natural predator, it's essential to teach it boundaries. This begins by allowing the cat to observe the pigeon from a distance, without ever giving it a chance to pounce or chase. Positive reinforcement, rewarding calm behavior and ignoring obsessive or stalking behaviors, helps the cat understand that the bird is not a toy. Supervision is mandatory during the pigeon's free hours. Even a cat that seems indifferent can react suddenly if the bird flutters near it. Gradually, over days or weeks, you can expand the pigeon's free space, letting it land on shelves, tables, or perches higher than the cat can reach. Safe perches for the pigeon are key. Vertical space gives it control over its environment, allowing it to observe without feeling cornered. The pigeon should also be encouraged to interact with you, its human, so that it associates the environment with safety rather than tension. Meanwhile, the cat should continue to have its own retreat spaces, high shelves, cozy beds, or enclosed nooks where it can relax without the temptation of hunting. Daily routines help both animals feel secure. Consistent feeding times, predictable interaction periods, and designated play sessions for the cat help channel its energy away from the pigeon. At night, when the pigeon returns to its cage, the cat should ideally be in a separate room, ensuring that sleep is uninterrupted for both. Over time, with careful observation, supervision, and respect for each animal's instincts, a pigeon and a cat can learn to coexist peacefully. The goal is not forced friendship, but an environment where each animal can move freely, feel safe, and live without fear, while gradually adjusting to the presence of the other under controlled, positive circumstances. During the day, when the pigeon is free to explore the home, the focus shifts from separate spaces to structured supervision and controlled interaction. The key is creating predictable routines that allow both animals to enjoy their environment without stress. Start by observing their natural rhythms. Notice when the pigeon likes to fly, preen, or rest, and when the cat is most active or playful. Timing activities around these patterns reduces conflict. During the pigeon's flying periods, keep the cat engaged with toys, climbing structures, or interactive games that mimic hunting, redirecting its instinctual energy towards safe outlets. Introduce subtle cues that signal boundaries, such as a gentle verbal command or a sound whenever the cat approaches the pigeon too closely. These cues, paired with calm rewards when the cat responds correctly, reinforce respect without fear. The pigeon, in turn, learns that humans are a source of safety and that certain areas, like high perches or corners, are secure zones where the cat cannot reach. Rotate the pigeon's accessible spaces periodically, allowing it to explore new parts of the home under supervision, while the cat becomes accustomed to observing rather than chasing. Encourage the pigeon to land near you or on designated perches, rewarding confidence and calmness with gentle attention or treats. For the cat, incorporate mental stimulation alongside physical play. Puzzle feeders, scent games, or short training exercises strengthen focus and reduce obsessive interest in the bird. Visual barriers can be used temporarily, such as partially closed doors or furniture arrangements, to create areas where the pigeon can retreat safely without triggering predatory excitement. Throughout the day, supervision must be consistent but unobtrusive. The goal is to normalize coexistence so that the cat sees the bird as part of the environment rather than prey, and the pigeon develops confidence in exploring without panic. Over time, this disciplined, attentive approach allows the pigeon to fly freely, the cat to remain calm and engaged, and both animals to inhabit the same home with a sense of order, safety, and mutual respect, even if their interactions are minimal. Once the foundation of safe spaces and supervised routines is established, attention shifts to enriching the daily lives of both the pigeon and the cat in ways that support their natural instincts without triggering conflict. For the pigeon, environmental enrichment becomes a cornerstone. Introduce varied perches of different textures and heights, swings, and small objects to explore with its beak. Scatter small portions of food in different areas to encourage foraging behavior, which engages the mind and reduces stress. Offer occasional natural stimuli, like leaves, twigs, or shallow dishes of water for bathing, allowing the bird to exercise instincts it would use in the wild. Observation points are equally important. Placing perches near windows or quiet corners allows the pigeon to watch the world outside safely, providing mental stimulation and a sense of autonomy. The cat, in parallel, benefits from activities that harness curiosity and predatory drive constructively. Interactive toys, climbing trees, and scent-based games challenge its mind and body, creating satisfaction without involving the pigeon. Consider establishing zones of focus for the cat, specific areas where it can hunt, climb, or lounge, so that it learns to channel energy away from the bird's activity areas. Feeding times can also become enrichment. Hiding portions of food around the room or using puzzle feeders keeps the cat mentally engaged and reinforces calm behavior. Gradually, the two animals begin to coexist in overlapping spaces without forced interaction. The pigeon can glide from perch to perch while the cat observes calmly, and both can experience the home as a dynamic, stimulating environment rather than a territory divided by fear. Consistency in daily routines, structured play, mental challenges, feeding, and safe exploration, helps maintain equilibrium. Over time, this enrichment-based approach nurtures confidence, reduces stress, and encourages natural behaviors in both animals while preserving safety, turning the shared household into a vibrant, engaging space where both pigeon and cat can thrive. As life together continues, the focus shifts toward establishing long-term habits and subtle communication cues that maintain harmony without constant supervision. By now, both the pigeon and the cat are familiar with the rhythms of the household. But the goal is to create an intuitive understanding between them and a stable environment where stress is minimized. Begin by observing body language closely. The pigeon's tail flicks, wing stretches, or sudden freezes signal discomfort or alertness, while the cat's tail twitches, ear positions, or stalking postures indicate interest or tension. Learning to anticipate and respond to these signals prevents escalation before it occurs. Introduce gentle environmental complexity. Open spaces where the pigeon can glide from high to low perches, along with soft landing areas, cushions, or low shelves, allow it to navigate freely and safely. For the cat, vertical climbing structures and hidden pathways enable exercise and exploration while reducing boredom and frustration. Rotate enrichment elements periodically, new perches, toys, or feeding puzzles, to keep both animals engaged mentally and physically. Nighttime routines are also critical. Returning the pigeon to its cage and allowing the cat access to other rooms reinforces boundaries and ensures both animals have uninterrupted rest. Over weeks and months, these consistent patterns help both species internalize expectations without stress or coercion. Subtle, nonverbal cues become the language of coexistence. A glance, a soft movement, or a gentle redirection communicates limits more effectively than constant verbal correction. By prioritizing observation, environmental variation, and subtle guidance, a household with a free-roaming pigeon and a cat evolves into a space of mutual tolerance, curiosity, and safety, where each animal can thrive independently while sharing the same home.